Oh God.
Oh, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, Alexa, stop. Much better. There we go. That's looking a little pale over there. KK. Now you're frozen. Why are you frozen? Dr. J. Dr. J. You're frozen.
Are you here?
You were frozen.
Yeah, I had to do something, get amped up, and we're good. I don't have any echo in. You're an echo?
No.
Okay, we're good. Okay, we're rolling. I'm at 34%, 66%. This shouldn't even happen to a dog. Ho, 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 ho. This shouldn't even happen to a dog.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, okay, so that's the best light I can give myself. I it's been missing ever since we came home from the big remote.
Did you leave it there?
I don't think I did, but it's probably around the house somewhere. Somebody use it for their laptop or something. I don't know what my son does. He's so technically savvy now with this radio show. He does all kind of stuff. It's just like,
Mm.
geez, man, he drives me crazy. He does his own thing now. It's like I gotta reset the studio and the laptop every time he's in there. Like, golly, mixing board. He always changing things. All right,
Golly gee.
okay, we're gonna be rolling. Holiday edition. Now, should have some Christmas music.
I feel like they should be wearing something red.
That's the wrong beat. We don't want to do that right there. We're live right here. And oh my God, we're
We are
live.
live. We are live. I should be
No one
wearing
sees
something
this.
red for our holiday edition. And I'm wearing my contacts for the first time.
Contacts.
No more
He's the amazing
glasses.
Dr. Gray. He's Mr. Organized. He can organize your life too. And if rash develops, discontinue use.
This is the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, and my co-host
Patricia
Shanae?
Ray.
Patricia Ray, man.
Patricia Ray.
Bringing you all the pop culture, business, news you really care about. And that's what the show is going to be in 2026. It's going to be more pop culture. I made this announcement on Instagram that, normally I do a lot of business things, the workplace stuff, but you know what? Business is always related to politics, and you can't talk about business without politics, and it's so depressing because people are losing their jobs, companies are closing down, tariffs are depressing, the economy's slowly going in the tank. I don't care what the man in the White House say it is. Ask you don't believe your lying wallet. It's like, geez, man. Crying out loud. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a positive, rosy disposition, but don't say pee on my head and tell me it's raining.
Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's champagne.
So, Patricia Ray, if you choose to come back next year and continue this voyage with
Are
me,
you asking me? Are you
I'm asking you
threatening
right
me?
now. Let's renew your contract right now.
For another year of no pay?
Another year
Absolutely.
of no pay. Well, no, we ain't gonna say that.
You're right. Let's manifest pay this year. We're coming back
Possibilities
as
are
paid
endless.
employees. We're going to have sponsorship.
Well, I pay you in so many other ways.
You do. But first of all, Dr. J was so gracious donating his time, helping me with the Frogtown Arts Collective. We did a live telethon for 3 hours.
Yes.
So let me give you your kudos and your praise. And Dr. J came all the way from wherever he lives. We were not going to tell anybody.
The IE.
And we did a live show. We interviewed artists. We talked about art. We raised like $2,000
In 3 hours. Can you imagine what we could have done in 24 hours? Which I wanted to do. I was game. Everybody at Frogtown got a little froggy when I talked about that. Can you mute your mic there when you cough?
I did. I
No,
thought
you
I.
didn't.
I'm
You
sorry.
coughed right in our ear and our faces.
So I apologize, folks. I totally thought I had. There's a little button here. It only mutes when I don't want it to mute. When I want it to mute, the damn thing doesn't mute.
See, in the old school radio back in the day when I worked in radio, you actually had a button that said cough. And you hit that button, cough. We made it very simple for people. If the button said cough, and I love it when people come in and guess, what's this cough for? Does it make a cough sound? Is it a special effect? No, you hit the button when you want to cough.
That's correct.
But it should have been mute. It should have been mute. Why did it say cough? Because you could have been sneezed. You could have sneezed.
That's true. You could have sneezed.
If a host wanted to say something lousy about a caller they had in, they hit that cough button and mute the thing. That son of a bitch is out of their mind.
So yes. So
Enough
back
about
to praising Dr. J. We
no more
we
praise.
did
Please,
good.
No, stop it.
Frogtown Arts Collective. If you still want to donate, www.com frogtown.arts/donate. Yes. Because without the arts, what are we? We're primitive people. Without poetry and music and painting and art and thought, we're just primitive people. We're monkeys. So we need art.
It's not directed towards me, is it?
I would never say such a thing.
No, absolutely right. I mean, our art used to give us something else to think about. It doesn't matter if you worked in the factory, you came home, you can listen to music, you can watch television or something like that. You always need an escape to get away. Unfortunately, it's morphed into our cell phones.
Yes.
But no, we're talking about good stuff, positive art, dance, the theater.
Theater.
The theater.
The theater.
R-E, theater, not theater.
Right. Theatre. The theater.
Okay. And I'm
Not
interested in doing I'm interested in going to Frogtown, y'all. And by popular demand, if you want me to do it, do a Dr. J's poetry slam. That's what we should do.
I've been down with that.
Man,
Dr. J's poetry slam.
Oh,
Speaking of documentaries, that's gonna.
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about P. Diddy's documentary.
Let's talk about it now.
All right, let's do it.
I watched the 4-part documentary, and I'm really disappointed. It's been a disappointing year for me and Diddy. I don't know him personally, but I gotta tell you, Diddy was one of the guys that I actually admired way back in the day. I love the whole can't stop, won't stop. I thought he was just a determined guy. I thought he just worked really hard. He had a hustle about himself. He brought, the origins of rap was New York and Brooklyn and Compton and South Century in the Bronx. Poor guy sitting on the corner just spitting lyrics, right? For nothing. Diddy was the guy that brought the polish to hip hop. Driving Benzes, designer suits, the gold chains, the rings, Cristal, drinking champagne. The women were always there, but they were the classy women. Diddy was on the yacht in the Benz, in the Bentley. He brought the flash to hip hop.
He did, because it was like a street poetry, right? For
Yeah.
people who, there were hard economic times for them, in the Bronx, in the areas
streets.
in the streets that were not, they weren't for the people who like lived in the high rises in these, like,
No.
expensive condominiums. These are like people that are suffering, and they were talking about their pain, but
Yeah.
he made it like lucrative. He made it look like glamorous. He glamorized
He did.
it.
That's right.
That's
So
what
on the
he
East
did.
Coast, brothers was wearing the bomber jackets and the hoodies, and the West Coast, it was just the khaki and the white T-shirts and the Raiders caps. But he got the flash, the fur coats, and everything. And so he was a pioneer in that way. And it seemed like he was in everything. I was watching the video at the first couple of parts. It's like you see him popping up everywhere. He's in the studios, at a party, he's at the airport. It was exhausting watching the documentary. Like, wow, this guy really moves. But now we know, because he's on Molly's all day. He's hopped up on drugs. That's why he's going 24. He's not sleeping for 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's like in the first part of the documentary when he's chasing the guy that basically helped him start his career. I forget his name.
Sean Puffy.
The
Notorious
producer.
Clyde.
Clyde.
Yeah.
And how he was like so adamant, didn't give up, like made himself indispensable, right?
Yeah.
That was the key to his career. He didn't wait for someone to tell him, go do this, go do that. He made himself indispensable. He said, let me do this for you. Let me do that. Let me be around. Let me learn. Teach me. He was a sponge, and he
Clive
absorbed.
Davis,
He was a great observer of the time, of the era. And when you observe and when you absorb, you can fill in the need, right? So he created a need, and then he filled it. And that's what I think made him so freaking successful.
He was a bright guy. Don't get me wrong. He was a bright guy. Went to Howard University. And I know it's HBCU, but some people don't realize, no, HBCUs, black colleges, can be just as hard to get into as Harvard. Okay, they don't just take anybody. Being black just don't qualify you to go to a black university. Howard is one of the hardest universities to get into. Okay.
Is it considered an Ivy League university?
No, it's not considered Ivy League. But as far as academically, it doesn't have the money. But academically, it is rough. They don't just take anybody. As contrary to popular belief, you don't just be black and just show up and take classes. It's not that kind of place. You have to have a 4.0, 3.0. You have to have great SAT scores. They want the creme de la creme of the black community. And
because they want to educate, they want to
have
educate the next generation of like elite educated black men and women.
Well, the only thing they do have in common with Ivy League is the sports teams suck. So you don't go to Howard University to play football or basketball. They have.
You're not going there on a scholarship, a basketball scholarship.
No, you're not. I don't think they're Division I. Wow. But academically, it's very sharp place. So he got in, he did that, and he dropped out. But so he's not a dumb guy. He was raised right. Mom got him in good schools. So he had what it took to learn, like you say, Patricia Ray, learn the industry. He was a sponge. He could take things in. The problem is that at some point when you go to Clyde Davis from the bigger corporate record company and they give him a production deal, then all of a sudden things get a little funny of how they do business, because you go from a publicly traded company that makes sure the contracts are on the up and up in case you get audited by the IRS, to a production company that you start doing whatever you want and cheating people and all this stuff. Then of course it's different. So
that's when I think his agenda and his personality start to change between being a person that was of service to being a person who was demanding service,
look at the 90s, a lot of the white record companies gave a lot of these street guys money. It reminds me of that line in Casino where Joe Pesci says, "It turns out to be the last time that street guys like us were given something that valuable." And that is the 90s is the last time street guys got something valuable like a record company, because they don't do that anymore. But anyway, we can go on and on about this, but watch the documentary. There's a lot of things that I didn't think he was involved in that he's involved in. He's turned out to be a very troubled, dangerous individual. And money and power will do that to, I don't care if you're white, black, hip hop, rock and roll, whatever, acting. You know, Patricia Ray, that money and power could just intensify your personality. So if you're a loving, giving person and you get that, you'll continue to be even a more loving, giving person. But if you've got questionable social skills, which he obviously does, the money just took him down. And all he had to do was produce music and pay people on time. That's all he had to do. You want to have sex for pros. And I guess that wasn't good enough. So we can unpack this for days. It's four-parter. And but if you want to see a troubled life, if you want to see how it's not done, and if you want to see the rise and fall that he caused on his own, it's not the white man, it's not anybody else that did this. He did this to himself. So I encourage all youngsters who want to be in that business or have an entrepreneurship, watch it and see and learn from what he did wrong. And he did a lot of things wrong, Patricia Ray.
Yes, he did. And he's going to be paying for them. Not as long as I thought. I don't think his sentence really matched the equivalency of the damage that he caused a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of underage people, because it was men and female, that were under his influence, under his thumb. And it's a shame. And hopefully, it won't repeat itself, but we know humanity, and humanity sometimes we don't show the best parts of ourselves.
Now, as we go into break, I will tell you this. I feel bad for the women, of course. I'm not going to even touch that one. But as far as people who worked with him that wasn't getting paid, and we see another guy who don't pay his bills in the White House, listen, some of those people I don't really feel sorry for, because you probably never had a contract anyway. It wasn't on the up and up. When you do business, you got to have your own lawyer look at the paperwork and get a copy of the paperwork so nothing changes. So a lot of these people got positions that they weren't even qualified for. Oh, I'm worldwide distribution for Bad Boy. You wasn't even qualified to get that job. You didn't have the education, you didn't have the know-how, the contract, you couldn't read your own contract. So you kind of believed everything he said. You got what you want. But as far as the women know, that was just totally out of control. But we got more coming up.
We got more of this holiday episode.
Holiday episode of the Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, and
Patricia
Ray on New HD Radio. Wow, just like that.
We made it.
On cue.
We made it perfect. Just in time, too.
Did Matt cause that?
What is going on? Hello, we're doing a show here.
Hello.
Stop. Come over here. Come on. Come inside. Come on. Come on. Get in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get outside. Come on, Shuggy. Shuggy, come. Come on, baby. Come outside. Come on. Get in. Lay down. All right.
That's what she said. Lay down.
Right. Should I go put something red on for our holiday show? I feel like I should be wearing red.
You don't have to, but if you want to, I mean, how long is it going to take? It's going to take. Is it a quick change? You can take a 30-minute wardrobe change? No, you're fine. You're fine. You want to put a Santa Claus hat on? Is that what you want to?
Oh, I can't because I have these things on. Otherwise, I would have worn my Santa hat.
Well, I got time. Do what you got to do. What you want to put something red on? A turtleneck?
Oh, I'm going to.
You got something?
Stop making noise.
I can't stop making noise. We're doing a show.
Stop making noise.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's going on over there? Jesus. What? Where do you go? Okay. Putting on my sandwich. All right. See if I can wear my Santa hat.
Mama be there. Up and over, mama be there. Up and over, mama be there.
Stop barking, idiots.
Stop barking.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
It's more
Oh
crisp.
gosh.
There we go. I'm wearing my holiday sweater.
Hold on. The wife is calling. Hold on. Let me see what this is about. Hold on. Cut.
All right, now I need red lipstick.
Nothing important.
Stop making noise. Skip this song. There. All right. Mm.
Okay, let's do this.
He's back. He's back.
Damn glasses.
There you go.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks I'm gonna really figure out how to really do this differently and market the show differently. And
Okay.
maybe we can work with Frogtown in a way without costing them any money, but there's maybe an opportunity there for us.
Mm.
To help
Okay.
promote them at the same time. Sometimes a sponsorship doesn't have to be actually money, just creating an opportunity for us to get some money.
Oh, that's true.
Like if we get it, like if they raise a certain amount of money, you give us a little taste. It'll give us a little taste.
Oh,
We raise
yes.
like $10,000 for you. Why can't we get 20%?
That's a good idea. We could
know what
do
I'm
it like a 24-hour telethon kind of thing, like you said.
Yeah, we get 20% of whatever you raise. That's not a bad deal. People do it all the time. They get a fee for raising for nonprofits. Some people don't. So, well, I'm gonna pray about that. Okay.
Here's not working out.
This is the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, the sexiest pop culture business show in the world, with Patricia Ray.
That's right. Pop culture 24/7.
I'm gonna stop calling you my co-host. Just say, hey, Patricia Ray. This is Patricia Ray.
That's right.
Actress, podcaster, healer,
Poet.
and poet, and didn't know it.
Didn't know it. I'm taking a poetry class.
Oh man. So Patricia Ray, did you I guess we'll be remiss in our duties if we didn't mention the great late Rob Reiner.
Absolutely. I just watched Princess Bride,
Mhm.
and it just, I mean, what do you even say about a tragedy like that? Why?
It's coming out now that he said the night before he told somebody that he was scared of his son. And
Mm,
yeah, I have two sons. And listen, you're not supposed to be scared of your kids, no matter
mm,
how. And I have cousins who are whacked out on crack before. And, you know, moms went through a hard time, aunties, uncles went through a hard time dealing with them and everything like that, but nothing ever close to this. It's just you're not supposed to be scared of your kids. You don't want to bury your kids, and you expect your kids to bury you, but you don't. You know, Bill Cosby had a whole joke about, back in the day. He said he looked at his father looked at him and said, "Listen, I'm your father. I brought you into this world. I'll take you out." And but as far as a child taking out the parents, this is just, I don't know what kind of evil this is. I can't even explain it.
I think
I'm not going to try to.
no. I think there's no point in dissecting
Yeah.
mental illness and addiction because it's it's a disease, you know.
But to kill your
And
mom too. I know guys can kill their
I,
dad, but your mom too. These
I know.
Melendez brothers. These guys got all the money, trust funds, opportunity. He produced a movie with his dad. It's like, why are you
About his addiction.
about his addiction? And
Hmm.
but let's just celebrate Rob Reiner. What a
That's
great
right.
life that man had. I
Did
mean,
you know that he
God,
did over 90 episodes, like 90 um, credits as an actor,
no, I didn't.
37 as a producer, 56 credits as a writer, 30 as a director? I mean, he's just so prolific. He was the last show that he appeared on. He did 4 episodes of The Bear. He was,
He wrote the pilot episode to Happy Days.
did he really? I did not
Yes,
know that.
yes. Son of
Well,
Carl Reiner. I mean, a family like that. I
that
mean,
legacy, like legacy Hollywood family, very
wow.
uh, giving person, cared about the environment, cared about the universe. The fact that Trump said all those horrible things about a
Yeah,
man who was murdered by his son,
yeah,
calling it the Trump derangement syndrome. He
yeah,
actually gave it a name. I mean, if anybody has Trump derangement syndrome, hello.
yeah. I mean, it's just always a new low with him. He just can't stop himself. And anyone who still follows him thinks he's saying, I have to question your insanity too at this point, because that's nothing to make light of at all. And, Rob Reiner, I never met him. You say you never met him, never worked with him. But, he seemed to always be a jolly guy in every
Hmm.
interview I've seen. And to
Yeah.
go from All in the Family, guys like him and Ron Howard, you grow up in this business, around this business. Think of the stories this guy has, the
Oh my God.
information he has. He's probably forgotten more about this business than most people will ever know.
Yeah, I saw an interview that Kevin Costner gave about being cast in A Few Good Men and how Rob had lunch with them every day, sat with the crew and talked with them and just
Hmm.
engaged like a real person. He didn't like keep it everyone separate from him, and that he just was so grateful to have that that experience, you know?
Yeah.
I
And I wish
mean,
he's one of those guys I wish I would have met. I mean, there's a couple of guys that died over my lifetime, like Sammy Davis Jr., uh, Frank Sinatra. I mean, these are guys I wish I would have been able to meet and just talk to for a little bit. And he was one of them too. It's like, God, if I could just talk to him for 5 minutes, just to, I got a chance to meet Rick Dees, of course, who's a supporter of my show. But a guy like that, you say, man, I could just have 10 minutes with him. He seemed like that type of guy.
yes, absolutely. And his wife was a producer as well. You know, I mean, they
Amazing.
met on the set. Did you hear about the story of when Harry met Sally?
It was
At
based
the
on them, right? It's loosely based on them.
well, the end of the movie did not have a happy ending. they go their separate ways. And during the filming of the movie, I think she was a set photographer on this film.
Hmm.
They met, they fell in love. He didn't think it was capable. He was like, love had eluded him at that point in his life. And when he fell in love with her, he said, "You know what? I think I'm going to take a look at the ending of the film, and maybe I think these characters get together." And imagine if he didn't change the movie. And I mean, that moment when he confronts her at the New Year's Eve party, and she says, "Oh, you don't have to come here and feel sorry for me." And he's like, "No, I feel sorry for me that I didn't realize what my
Yeah.
life would be without you."
And and the way it ends with them too, because the whole film, if you haven't seen, I'm not giving anything away. They have all these interviews of couples been together for years, and then of
Mhm.
course at the end you show them, and it makes it so simple, right? It simplifies it like all the other couples, and it makes you understand. And you know this, but you probably know this yourself, how you can wrap your marriage up. Oh, we met here, we fell in love, this and that, but you don't see the whole picture. And this one, we actually saw the whole picture and how it simplifies in that last scene where they're sitting together. Oh, we just met, blah, 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 blah. So the best romantic comedy of all times, in my book. The best.
Oh,
I
When
mean,
Harry Met Sally.
oh yeah. I mean, I can't think of another romantic comedy that tops that. I mean, unless you want to separate with teen romantic comedies, the John
He
Hughes
wrote
era.
what about a boy, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah, he was in that. I love this scene. He had also the part he had in Bullets Over Broadway where he played this sexual guy, Sherman. I'm capable of giving love many times to many different women. I mean, he was just so perfectly placed. I mean, and it's just he had a great life. I mean, we only can still feel bad about the very end. If he would have died of a heart attack or just died in his sleep from natural causes, it would have been perfect for him. But he unfortunately met his demise. But what a great life. I mean, if you have to go out as horribly as he did, and I don't wish that on nobody, because I can't imagine being in that moment, being in shock of what's happening in the moment. And I mean, as far as a life lived, he did it right. It seemed like he did it right. And I hope he didn't dwell on it too much in his last moments about what just happened. And maybe he found some, I'm always fascinated with people in their last moments, what goes through their head as they
Well,
slowly go away. And I hope it just was, okay, this is it.
may they rest in peace, because I mean,
And he
the
loved his son. They
horrific.
loved that boy. Here's the thing, Patricia Ray, at the very end, when they were slowly transitioning, they still loved him. It's their child.
Yeah.
It's their
I
child.
mean,
Yeah.
that is a parent's job, and you hope that the things that you teach your children will sink in, and that they become good human beings. But at the end of the day, you can't control them. So
Yeah, and it's why
it's
I
a
tell
shame.
people, when people get married and have kids, I've had younger people ask me, so should I get married and have kids? Only if you want to. Don't feel pressured, because you can't really see how it's going to happen. You could raise a girl all your life and she could end up on the stripper pole or doing porn. Right? I mean,
You never know.
you
You never
never know.
know.
You could marry somebody that ends up killing you. So you never really know. So if you're really not feeling it, don't feel pressure to do it, because life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So
So
true.
yeah, don't feel pressured to get married or have kids, especially if you're not into it. If you're just not into it, you're not into it. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay not to have kids, because if you think everything, you just got married this year. One of the things, as I've been married for 21 years. And
Wow.
one of the things I've noticed is that, what some people don't tell you is the person you're about to marry, if they die before you, you're the one that's going to have to identify the body. You're the one that's going to have to make the
Mm.
arrangements. Now, no one thinks of that, right? And when you're up there proposing, because you don't. It's happy times. You look forward to the future, but you really
Mhm.
never know what you're going to get. So I don't encourage anybody to have kids or get married. If it's your thing and you really want to do it, absolutely. But if you're torn, don't do it. You never know what
And
could
more
happen.
and more people are choosing not to. I mean, my daughter's 37 and I'm not a grandmother yet. And
What?
that's true. Yeah.
What? Do you want to be a grandmother?
I did it before. Now I wouldn't mind, I mean, because I was very young. I didn't want to be. My grandmother was a grandmother at 40.
Oh, tell me about it. Back in the day, they was on crutches by 40 or 50.
Exactly. So my mom became a mom at 19. So she made her mom a very young grandmother.
Does your
And
daughter not want to have kids, or she just not yet?
she does think about it. She's not closed to it, closed off to it, but I think that she's definitely she has to find the right person. I think she doesn't want to do it by herself.
Yeah, I can understand it. Is she gonna do the whole frozen egg thing? A lot of women are doing that, freezing the eggs
Mm,
and laying them up just in case.
I don't think so. It's very
I don't think so.
expensive.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, if it happens, it happens. She can adopt. You can adopt a grandchild. Can you adopt a grandchild?
Sure,
Or do
why
you,
not?
someone has to have that? It has to go in the order. I think we got a business thing here. Can you adopt a grand? Anyway, but Rob Reiner, great life, great filmmaker, great person from what I hear and what I've seen. Tragic ending, and I feel bad for his son too, because if he was hearing voices, he's gonna be hearing them for the rest of his life.
Is that what
Because
that's what they determined that some voice told him to?
well, if you want to get spiritual about it, too much about it, I do think when people do stuff like that, there is a voice that tells them to do that. It's a spirit. The Bible says we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with the evil spirits of this world. And I think people do listen to something that tells them to do that. And he heard something. And
Mhm.
it went down that way, and it's too bad. So anyway, okay, it's the holiday season. Rob Reiner, rest in peace. We'll have his movies. I'm gonna watch this when Sally met
When Harry met
Harry
Sally,
met Sally.
Princess Bride, Spinal Tap.
My first film I did was called Shacked Up. And the marketing campaign for York Entertainment, I directed it. They said an urban, because they had black people in it, an urban when Harry met Sally.
An
And I was
urban.
so honored. I was like, oh my goodness, someone to put that on the cover, an urban when Harry met Sally, was so flattering to me. And also I'll say this final thing about him. When you're a filmmaker, when I was young and I wanted to be a filmmaker, you always say, who do you want to be? You want to do comedy? You want to do drama? You want to be a serious filmmaker? And but he crossed them all.
He did. I mean, he
Spinal
went from
Tap?
The Princess Bride to A Few Good Men to
Yeah.
Misery. I mean,
Misery.
he
Oh my
directed
God.
Misery.
To this day, I
What
still
a
can't.
brilliant, brilliant movie.
To this day, I can't watch Misery. I can't. I watched it
that
one
scene
time
where
in the
where
movie
she
theaters. I cannot watch that movie. That movie is so traumatic to me. I can't watch it again. Some movies you can watch over. I've seen Misery one time when it came out in the theaters, and that's it. I will not watch that movie because Kathy Bates sold it for me. I can't do it. Man. So yeah, that be to cross over and do something from this is Spinal Tap to all these different things. Just a range of guy, a great mind, comedy, drama, intensity. He just could do it all. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner. You've
You were a
earned it,
goat.
man.
You were a
You've
goat.
earned it. You were a goat,
Brilliant,
man.
brilliant light.
Meathead. This is the old meathead, boy.
Meathead.
Golly, what a life. We should all be that fortunate. Okay, we're gonna come back on a positive note, Patricia Ray.
Positive
You're not gonna
note.
just drag me down
That's
on the
right.
last show of the year.
No, we are going out with 2025 with a bang.
We'll talk about 2026. We'll talk about what's coming up. I got depressed again. You've got the world famous Strictly Business Show. It doesn't look good with me, Dr. J, and
Patricia Ray
on New HD Radio.
So what are we going to talk about? The last
I wanted to mention, I think a best way to wrap that up is the woman, that story that came out, the woman that was busted with the husband.
She was busted with the husband?
At the Coldplay.
Oh, okay. That's well, it's not a happy story, but
Do you have a happy
sure.
story? I was going to try to spin it around to something positive, but maybe we can't. Do you have a happy story?
Not really.
I can't even think of a
It's not
happy way to go out.
There ain't been anything like, oh, the news has been horrifying.
I have an idea to start off with that story and spin it. And we'll wrap it up. I have an idea.
Okay.
Just stay with me.
Did
Okay.
you see that
Follow
thing
my
about
lead.
the artificial, there's going to be an artificial womb? An AI
That
womb?
too. Yeah, talk about that.
So weird.
Well, I just came short of organizing every hair on my head. He's the amazing Dr. Gray. J. Lamar Gray is number one. This is Rick Dees, member FDIC.
This is the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, the sexiest business show in all the world, bringing you all the pop culture business news you can stomach with Patricia Ray. Hi, Patricia Ray.
Hi, Dr. J.
Patricia Ray, last show, holiday edition of 2025.
That's right.
It's been a great year hooking up with you and your friends. You've exposed me to so much, Patricia Ray. Let me give you your flowers right quick. You've
Really?
welcomed me into your home. You welcomed me to your friends. And you know, when I left the filmmaking television industry, I had just done away with all my actor and filmmaker friends. I didn't hang around them at all. And you reintroduced me to that. It was so good to come to your house for dinner and talk around creative people. And you reintroduced me back to that, the creative Frogtown people, just art. It was good to be in the presence of art again. And I thank you for that. I thank you for that.
That's my biggest, I want it to be my biggest contribution just to life is to remind people that they are creative, that they don't have to. Life is all colors, every color in the crayon box. Use all of them. Life doesn't have to be black and white. We can all go back to that creativity that we're born with, and it just makes life so much more fulfilling. It helps you connect on so many different levels. It helps you process your feelings and your emotions, and art is a way to express and see from different points of view, and nothing does that like art.
And I was serious about Frogtown. I used to write poetry all the time. I really did. I started out writing poetry
I think
for
we
girls.
should start a poetry slam.
And I did a poem for my dad's funeral, and it was called "Save Me a Seat." And I've read that at several funerals and family members, and I used to really love to do it. I can't remember why I stopped doing it. And I think I'm going to pick it up again. I think I would do an audiobook of poetry for Dr. J.
That's a really great idea. I love that.
And it's all because of you. You reintroduced me into the art world where it's okay to be an artist and be creative and struggle. Yeah. We're all struggling.
We all struggle. And when you embrace it,
you can't struggle by yourself.
So much beauty in embracing and sharing your struggle and your, the way you process your pain and your joy and your light. It's so universal, and it transcends religions and languages and culture.
I'm going to sell my house and leave my family and go be an artist and travel the world. No, thanks to you, Patricia Ray.
You can move in with me.
I'm not going to do all that. I think they can coexist together fine.
I think so too.
I don't got a lot else going on right now. Okay. Patricia Ray, we was talking about having kids. You said something about there's a woman out there. You told me about who's got like
not even a woman.
A womb.
They have in Business Weekly. They just announced this breakthrough. Researchers are actively developing an artificial womb, not room. Womb, WOMB, right? That could allow embryos to grow outside of the human body potentially enabling machines to sustain pregnancies end to end. Experts say this technology may support people unable to conceive naturally, lower childbirth risk, and improve care for premature infants. Now, that does spark quite an ethical dilemma because, I
So they're
mean,
gonna
if
take the
you're
sperm and the egg, and instead of a living surrogate, you gotta have a
an
surrogate
artifice,
womb.
so basically, it's like where they're going to recreate the amniotic fluid and the sac and the temperature and everything that's required. You're going to have to recreate the umbilical cord, everything. Does that go against
What?
the natural order of the world?
You mean like human, like Mother Nature, the way God intended it? I think this is the beginning of the. I first used
Is
to
this
laugh.
the beginning of the end? Because
Yes.
if we can do that, why do we need women? Why do women need wombs?
Well,
Why do we need to menstruate? Why do we
well,
need eggs?
you
I
don't
mean,
want to give me the. You want me to give you an answer to all that? I mean, I can give you a
but
101
people will
answers to
start to
that.
pose that question if we make it a possibility that you don't even need to carry a child. A machine can do it.
I was wondering when I used to laugh when people used to talk about the zombie apocalypse, but I think this is the beginning of it. Zombies apocalypse, that's ridiculous. But if you are going to create human species inside of an artificial womb, I think there's an opportunity for a serious era
Oh,
to
you mean to
create
like create
zombies.
a non-human like
Yes, species.
being species?
Yeah,
Wow,
that has
that's
issues.
frightening.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's going to happen. I was wondering how could that's ridiculous. Zombies, that's ridiculous. But now
That
that you're
is
trying to
crazy.
do this, I can see a possibility. Or Will Smith's movie, I Am Legend, vampires, they had a cure of everything and something went wrong. I mean, this can help set up the beginning of the end, but I think we're a long way from. Do they say when they're going to try this? I don't know
It
who will
doesn't.
sign up for this. They could be
It
trying it
doesn't
already.
have a. Oh, when will be able to deliver human baby by next year? It says.
Wow. Okay. Well, I was thinking of a way to wrap this year's show up, but
It's a robot. It's a robot with an artificial womb.
Can we just make a commitment in 2026 to be human again? Can we just get back to
I
basics?
think that's a great idea. I think
Can we
the
just
more that we connect to our own humanity, the more that we're going to save this society because there's so much harm going on between the internet. I mean, I read this story about bullying. The kids not only can bully in person, now they can cyberbully,
Yeah.
and it's like a child that's being bullied has nowhere to be safe now
Yeah.
if they can even be bullied on their phone.
Yeah. And a part of bullying, part of opening up yourself to bullying is trying to live a normal life in an abnormal situation, right? Because you want a kid to go to school, you want them to have friends, but
Of
when you
course.
have kids and you have human interaction, you're going to have bullying. I mean, everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to love you. There are some people who are just going to be mean. But do you want to cut off the interaction of that? Do you want to you want to homeschool your kids so they won't be bullied? And bullying doesn't stop when you're in school. Bullying continues all through adulthood. I mean, the difference is you can get in your car and leave. You can stop hanging around your mother's side of the family like I did, where I was constantly bullied as a kid and as an adult, a young adult. I got wise.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not physically bullied, but just a lot of people talking crazy.
But I
Making you
think
feel bad.
mental and verbal bullying is just as powerful as physical bullying.
Oh, yes. I can beat them up now. I can beat up all the cousins that gave me a hard time. Now I'm bigger than stronger than all of them.
You're a
But
big dude.
but I didn't want to beat, but you don't want to do that. You want to go and let them have their say. And Separating from my mom's side of the family was one of the best things I ever did, and I eliminated the bullying from the family. So that helped. So, but when you're a kid, you're right. You're kind of stuck in a situation. You can't transfer schools every time somebody bullies you or is mean to you. Sometimes you just got to teach our kids to have thicker skin. Back in my day, you played, as they say, you bagged or played the dozen, and you go any longer. You battled it with words or you battled it with fists. But now you can't do that. Somebody bullies you and you punch them in the mouth, then you're going to be in trouble. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just nowhere safe anymore if we want to continue to have, and that's why some kids are
There's
getting withdrawn.
there is nowhere safe. I mean, you can't even go to a concert without being bullied. In the case of that woman, Kristen Cabot, who was on the Kiss Cam
Yeah.
at the Coldplay concert. First of all, she was separated from her husband.
Hmm.
Her boss was separated from his wife, the couple that was seen on that
Yeah.
Kiss Cam. They worked together at the same company, so I guess when they got caught on camera, they thought it might look inappropriate to, other people, but they could, it wasn't. But she has received over 50 death threats.
Yeah.
Her children have received death threats. Women calling her out, calling her names.
Like they don't do
Like,
anything wrong. Like she's the only woman who's ever done this, right? He's the only man who's ever done this. And why do we care so much? I mean, so what? A lot of the company these people worked for, nobody even heard of the company until
no,
this came out. It wasn't a big deal. And why? But that's another thing. Can we
it's
commit in
called
2026?
Astronomer. It's a
I've done
tech
workplace
company.
and stuff. I've never heard of it until this happened. I wasn't even thinking about Coldplay too much until this happened.
Exactly. And
I mean,
but see the power of the internet, that clip has been viewed over 1 million times, more than 1 million times,
I
several
only saw it
million
on the
times.
news, and this is not a big story. Two people were the only person that should have given her death threats is the wife of his wife. The person that directly affects them. Now, if her husband, even though they're separated, if his wife threatened one of each other, then that's one thing because it directly affects them. But still, all these people that would threaten to kill somebody just because they stepped out, come on, really? Like people step out all the time. All
Yeah,
right,
I
this
mean,
can't be the genesis of your anger towards this. You're just a mean person. You're just a mean person.
yes. So we're gonna end up this beautiful holiday episode with some good news. What good news you got for us, Dr. J?
Well, the good news is we can all start anew January 1st. We're at that
Oh,
time of the year. We can stay off our phones. We can stop getting in other people's business because social media is just always getting in somebody else's business.
and
We
it's
used to
true.
frown upon that as kid, right? Mind your own business. Why you nosy? Why you in that
Tend
business? Why
your own
you?
yard.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tend your own yard. We say all that stuff. Why you in my business? Right? Social media is about getting in people's business, and you don't need to be in their business.
That
And
is true.
if we could just, I think we could be happier if we just tend to our own yard and stop worrying about what somebody else is thinking. You can,
Absolutely.
if you are shooting at a target, you can't hit your target if you're looking at the person's next to you's target.
That's
You
right.
have to look at your own target. So the good news is that we can start anew, Patricia Ray. You got any New Year's resolutions you're gonna do?
I don't really make New Year's resolutions. I try and focus on things that I want to do. Like I wanted to start poetry, so I'm taking a poetry class with this internet like wordsmith named James McCrae. He's on Instagram. You should follow him. He's a very
I will.
positive, spiritual guy. He professes the love of art, the art of being, just being, um, and and I want to start painting and putting poetry into my painting. So combining those two arts, painting and poetry. I think is my manifestation for next year, and to try to make money at my art. I still haven't found a way to
Money? Who needs money? Money?
I need some money.
You're an artist.
Yeah, I know. But no one said we had to be poor. We can translate creativity into financial security. That's the secret.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to stay off Instagram, Patricia, if you're gonna do that. You do realize that. Well, my New Year's resolution is going to be to start poetry again, becoming an artist, and I'm with you, Patricia Ray, and I can market it somehow. Patricia Ray, can I make a suggestion to you?
Please, I'm all ears.
Have you ever tried? It's not too late. Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
Many people have suggested that to me. I might take a stand-up comedy class this year.
I think you would be good at it. I think that's one step you haven't explored yet. I think you would probably be surprisingly awesome.
I could be the next Roseanne Barr.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I'm a little bit older than when she started, but she was a housewife.
You don't want to be the next Roseanne Barr anything. All right.
Patricia Eaton.
We don't want to end on that note. But Patricia Ray, I would love to challenge you to do that because I think you would be actually good at it.
All right, I'm going to try it this year.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you'll have like a 5-picture movie deal, romantic comedies. You'll have your own
where I
sitcom,
play the grandmother.
and you'll be the funniest grandmother there. Okay. Well, Patricia Ray,
everyone such a beautiful, happy ending. Be with your family. Reach out to someone who needs family. The most compassionate thing that you can give someone is your time.
Absolutely. Do some time. I was at the food bank last week. Felt really good. And give your time if you can't give money. And reach out and be with somebody and say an encouraging word. Just say something nice.
Say something nice.
You've got the world famous Strictly Business Show with me, Dr. J, and
Patricia Ray. Happy New Year's, people. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa.
All that. On New HD Radio.
On New HD